Do you think those villains in those movies identify as villains? Because that's something that you've always said, like the logic doesn't work out. Like the Empire in Star Wars.
Well, okay, yeah. I think specifically the dark side. It's like with Anakin. Like, I understand where sometimes in a movie they'll give a villain a backstory where it's like from their perspective everything is totally, it makes sense. Like Thanos, like he wants there to be balance and equity in the world, but in Star Wars the villain is saying, join the dark side, give in to your hatred, good, hate, be afraid. Like, there is no argument. And then Anakin says, from my perspective, the Jedi are evil. What is that? Give me one piece of evidence for how the Jedi are being evil and the dark side is the good side.
Yeah, we should do one of those videos that's like one Sith debate, or like 50, what would be like
those Jubilee
one
videos?
Jedi
Yeah.
debates 15 Sith. Yeah.
From my perspective, the Jedi are evil. Prove me wrong.
So, yeah, when you said that you wanted to kill everyone, and the fact that there can only be 2 Sith at one time because otherwise they'll kill each other.
Well, the Jedi have been in power for 1,000 generations, and they've gotten nothing done. There's been, name me one piece of legislation that the Jedi have passed that's actually benefited our galaxy.
Do the Sith even have a political platform? Do they have a stance, or are they...
power. I mean... power and hatred and anger, and also fear leads to anger, leads to hatred. We are the dark side. There are 2 of us at all times, and we're correct from our perspective.
That's not everything you said. None of that was good, and you didn't even try to justify any of that as being good. You just explained the stance.
Well, the Jedi are evil and corrupt from where I'm looking.
But you haven't given one example of them being corrupt in any
My
fashion.
master told me that.
Okay. Okay. And your master, remind me again what he looks like and talks like.
He doesn't show me what he looks like, but this is how he talks. And he always says, I will make it legal.
Okay, fine, I'll join.
He told me I can bring back my wife from the dead.
Did he say how? Did he ever once say how?
Well, he said there was someone that tried to do it but couldn't.
So that's sort of his basis?
Yeah.
Has he done it?
No.
Okay.
No, he killed his master trying to do it. That's why he needs another apprentice. He needs an apprentice.
So he knows of a guy who tried and failed.
Yes, and that's how he hooked me. He literally just said one guy tried to do it and couldn't do it. That was ironic, and that was enough for me. So the Jedi are corrupt.
It sounds to me like you were kind of looking for a reason to switch.
He said he wants to bring order to the galaxy.
And did he outline any plans on how to do so?
He said fear will keep them in line. He's been manufacturing an army of clones. What? That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. We already have an army of. Oh no, were the army of clones there before? What's his face? Palpatine?
No, Palpatine created them in episode 2. Well, right. Nobody knows that he created
but
them,
they didn't know that he was doing it to feed. I gotta watch those again. I didn't
it's
even
pretty
think about
crazy.
that.
He literally manufactured a whole war between the clones and the droids just to like create an empire.
Oh, he made both. That's very interesting. He weaponized war. That's wow. See, when I was watching that as a kid, I was just going lightsabers.
It's crazy how much politics is in Star Wars. It's like full hours of just bureaucracy and like debate over what the best way to rule the galaxy is.
Yeah, big tonal shift. Yeah. The first one is like a farm boy who wants to see the universe, and he gets to do that through a smuggler, and then episodes 1 through 3 are like, okay, so obviously we're gonna run again,
right? So the Congress, the Congress is being corrupt, right? Well, the Senate has too much power, but the Jedi Council is also corrupt.
Yeah, there are just multiple political meetings. It's like, well, there's a trade war going on. We are going to have to resolve the trade war.
They're arguing about the legality of a trade blockade on a planet. It's like, well, no, technically it's legal because the Chancellor has emergency powers right now because we're in wartime. So technically, I know this is going to affect it. Look, it's short-term pain for the people of Naboo, but this is legal, okay, and it's necessary. That's just tariffs in the first episode that creates a war.
That's great. The first part of Palpatine is just him negotiating trade deals.
Yeah.
It's not even him being evil.
Yeah, when he says, I will make it legal, it's a trade blockade that he's talking about. Like, it was so sinister when we were kids.
Yeah,
he's talking about a trade blockade.